Hello, hello. My favorite place in Europe that I've visited. I visited a lot of places and I've visited not a lot of places, but I think out of my places that I have visited, I really like Prague and I really love Italy. Where did my name Razor Candy come from? My name came from a band. It was like a local Chicago band that I discovered back in like 1998 or something like that. It was a band called Plastic Princess. It was a glam rock band, and they had a song called Razor Candy. And I just liked the sound of it, so it became my name. I've had I've been using it since 1998. What size are my ear gauges? They're 1 inch or 25 millimeters. Do I have a Spotify playlist? I don't have a Spotify playlist, but I do have a YouTube playlist with songs. Do I like listening to metal music, and what bands do I listen to? So I like some metal, like I mostly like doom metal more. Like one of my favorite metal bands is Dystopia. I'm wearing my this I made this human garbage. Um I also like Graves at Sea, I Hate God. I like some black metal, maybe like a Silencer is kind of cool. If I was ever to change style, what would I go for instead of gothic aesthetic and vibe? What else would you do if it wasn't an option? I mean, punk is actually my first true love. Like I love punk and I'm already thinking about going back to doing a mohawk again or I always wanted to do a buzz cut because hair is just annoying sometimes. Like, how long did it take for me to apply the body paint for Mystique? Um, I would say it took like probably an hour to do my whole body. It probably should have been faster, but the tip on the airbrush, like the one that covers like more of the body broke. So I was stuck with like this little one. Was my all-time favorite, but annoying to do cosplay. Probably Darth Talon. Like, that one looks so cool, like, even now when I look at the pictures, I'm like, "This one is so cool," but it was definitely annoying to do. Are you a fan of Elvira? Have you ever met her? A collab would be epic. I love Elvira. I remember watching her as a kid when I was growing up. I haven't met her, but I did meet Magenta from the Rocky Horror Picture Show at Screamfest, like, back in, like, 2008 or something like that. It was a long time ago, and she was, like, super nice. How does dressing up make you feel? You look like you're having fun. I mean, I've always loved like aesthetics and fashion and things like that. So I love dressing up, and hopefully I can continue to keep doing it. If I were to be 20 again, do you think you would do content or want to do something else? I mean, I think I would definitely want to do content. Um, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't have chose to do like what I do now, like as an adult content, but like seeing how laws are changing things, I probably would have tried to do something else because that's kind of they're trying to take my job away and it sucks. Yeah, there's more censorship. There certainly is. My makeup is flawless. What foundation do I use? Thank you. I use full coverage from MAC. I do that, and then I do the Studio Fix over top. I love MAC for the full coverage. What character is out of reach in some way that I would love to do? I think Kerrigan would be kind of sick, or like a Cenobite. Wendy O. Williams had a great mohawk. Yes, she did. She's hot. I love her. You think you're some kind of Jedi waving your hands around like that? Sorry. I know I'm like, oh, like, have I ever been to Japan before, or would you like to visit Japan? I would love to visit Japan. I would love to visit Asia. Like, I really want to get over there and just do South Asia and China and everything. Sylvanas. I've had Sylvanas on my list for like ever, but that one is also like getting the armor and everything like that. And yeah. How many CCs are my implants? They're 750. Yes, 750 CC. How do I decide outfits and characters to do shoots for? I mean, usually, like, if people will give me a recommendation or if I see something that I like, I mean, I prefer to do things that I like, that I see. But if I see something like The Bride, for example, in the new Bride, I liked the character because I think it was very punk and cool. So I just immediately started looking for elements of the outfits and making sure that I can find things to put the outfits together. And if I think it's easy enough for me to do. What influenced all this to shape you into this style of goth? Where do you see yourself in, say, 10 years? I mean, I've been dressing this way since I was like in middle school. I think what really made me start dressing this way is just kind of observing that I'm not really like normal people, or like I never really felt like I fit in with like cheerleaders or anything like that. I always felt like I'm just not that kind of person. And yeah, I started listening to alternative music, Tool, White Zombie, Marilyn Manson, things like that when I was like 14. And yeah, I just kind of naturally got into that stuff. What's my least favorite cosplay I did that was surprised with fans' positive reaction? Oh, there's a lot of those actually, which is always kind of funny. I think Emma Frost, because she just got like a blonde bob. And I thought like whenever I do cosplays that don't generally have like a darker vibe, people usually don't like it. But people loved Emma Frost. And I was really confused. And then I did Malice, which is also from Marvel Rivals, and it just did not do good. And neither did Sue Storm. And she's also blonde. And so I'm like, okay, I don't understand. It's always really confusing. What do I have planned for my next cosplay, or will it be a surprise? I usually like to keep it a surprise, but I've got a few coming up. I have Black Cat. I have Orin from Baldur's Gate. I have Goth Chun-Li. When will there be a new video in the nun costume? I mean, I don't know if you saw, but I did a nun costume somewhat recently. It was called Confession, I believe. Yeah, Confession. That one came out like 2 or 3 months ago. Do you want to stop war in Ukraine? Of course I do. I think any war is terrible. Bring back the Gothic hawk. It's tempting. Why do I think that there's so much censorship as of late? It feels like it's really been ramped up. Yeah, I mean, it's mainly because of the new laws that they're passing, and because of the people that they've stacked the Supreme Courts and Congress with, and they're basically people who are involved with the Heritage Foundation. And if you would read Project 2025 or know anything about Project 2025, you would know that they basically want to like censor everything. If I didn't do modeling adult content, what profession would you pursue, if any? That's a good question, because I probably would have ended up streaming, because that is kind of where a lot of this went online. Like, I feel like it went from like YouTube and then to live streaming. So that's most likely where I probably would have ended up. I mean, I think I definitely would have done stuff online, because I've been using the internet since like MySpace and doing all of that stuff. So, do you consider yourself a Satanist? I mean, I'm an atheist, which is basically what Satanism is, right? What shows am I watching? Taking any recommendations? I actually watched this really cool documentary the other night called The Robin Bird Show. It's on HBO. It's about this ex like porn star, and she used to do like what was it called? Those the live television like access TV like in the 70s, and she used to do like shows on there and stuff. But yeah, the documentary is about her. It's really cool. I loved it. But as far as like TV shows, I mean there's always so many, and I like forget them as soon as people ask me. Yeah, yeah, From is actually pretty cool. I like that one. There was that one that we just watched about the radioactive emergency. That was, yeah. That one's in where did that happen? It was in Brazil. It was in Brazil, so it's in Portuguese. Speaking of music, what are your favorite bands? Well, I mean, I have a few favorite bands. I would say like my favorite like my first favorite band ever was Sex Gang Children. I love Sex Gang Children. I was listening to them in like high school, and that's what like got me into death rock. Because I found them on like a compilation, and then I just like completely got into death rock from there. And I love Devil Doll. The painting back there, I made that. That's based on one of my favorite bands that I listened to when I was younger, and I kind of like rediscovered them again. Like I started listening to them again recently, and I just like am obsessed with them. Are we ever gonna see you back at the castle in Eve? Or trust me, I like every there will be weekends when I'm like, I just want to go dance, and I just can't, man. Like the second it starts getting dark out, I'm like, my ass is not leaving this couch. I can't tell you. It's like, have you seen Obsession? That one was take it or leave it, you know? Like like I didn't hate it. The thing is here's the thing, and I know that people are not gonna like this, but I'm not really that into horror movies. Like I am not really phased by like the just gratuitous gore and like the jump scare exactly. Like it's just not like I'm not phased by it. I do like weird horrors. Like I really liked Backrooms. I like folk horrors. I like the mood of folk horrors. I like weird, kind of eerie, suspenseful, I guess. Um I liked Mother with Jennifer Lawrence. That one was pretty cool. I just like this like weird stuff that I'm like, that's so weird. What is gonna happen? More than just like blood and gore and like I know like Terrifier was huge and I didn't end up going to see that one just because I just don't think that it's up my alley. Did you watch The Ritual? I did watch that one. I love that one. That one's really cool. I've seen the trailer for Werewolf. Oh yeah. It looks so cool. I mean, I thought Nosferatu was like genius. Like he did so good with that. He did good with like all of them, but I think like every film he gets like better and better. And I think Werewolf is gonna be hella cool. I mean, it's like especially like when a film is like visually stunning. Because like one of my favorite movies ever is like Bronson, because the cinematography is just stunning in that movie. And then of course the acting is great. I also like Joker. I thought Joker was amazing. Like the cinematography was so inspiring in that. The acting, of course, Joaquin Phoenix is amazing. Dune obviously is crazy good. Like visuals really, really just and music. Like music really sets the mood for movies. Did I like Weapons? This is one of my new favorites. Yeah, I thought Weapons was really cool because I didn't go see that in the theater and I heard a lot of hype and I wish I would have. But when I saw it was out on like HBO, I think it was, and I watched it and I thought it was really good. Nice paintings in the background. Did you paint them? I didn't paint that one, but I painted that one over there on that wall. It's the my devil doll painting. I can bring it closer. Should I bring it closer? There we go. And then it's like I have writing. Is that real paint or print? It's real paint. It's acrylic paint. Come on, Razor, you can find the time to paint. Oh, I wish. You have no idea. There is no time. I don't even know how the fuck I found time to do that, to be honest. Do I believe in aliens and UFOs? Ever seen one or had a paranormal experience? No, actually. I I like the idea of aliens. Um I definitely think that there's life out in space because it's like so vast and huge that there's like no way that there isn't life out there somewhere. But, I'm going to be a total bummer and say that I don't think they've ever visited Earth. I just don't think so. I don't I don't think so. And like as far as like paranormal, I'm also going to be a bummer and say that I just don't think that ghosts and stuff are real.